Happy day 3 of Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome Awareness Month and my video a day in May project. As you can see today, I am not against my background, which is honestly a blanket taped to the wall with pink zebra duct tape. I am laying on the couch and you can tell that my eye is not really participating. So today we are going to talk about migraines. Now I had to miss the video, yesterday, and I'm going to be uploading 2 today because I had a wheelchair appointment and I had an appointment with my one of my doctors, the one who puts all my joints back in place and is working on my anxiety and my sleep problems. But I have figured out that, oh my gosh, you can see my hand. My phone's really heavy, but I have terrible migraines that put me in the hospital. I have been in the hospital 2 times in the last month. I was actually in the hospital on Easter because I had such a terrible migraine. It was the worst one I had ever had. And I had to have a new migraine protocol created, which they now use fluids, Benadryl, Zofran, Toradol, Dilaudid, and ketamine, which ketamine is actually a horse tranquilizer, but the Dilaudid and the ketamine seem to be the only things that really do anything for my migraine. And then on Thursday of last week, I ended up in the hospital again for an even worse migraine. So now that is the worst migraine I've ever had in my whole life. And I had to have 3 rounds of the Dilaudid and ketamine. It was awful because if you've ever had ketamine, you know that it makes you extremely nauseous. It makes you extremely paranoid, and I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who Jacob was. Jacob is my significant other. He's my boyfriend. I live with him. We've been together for 3.5 years, in case you didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was, and I thought I was on a spinning spaceship for about 10 minutes. And Jacob said I was just thrashing my head back and forth and freaking out. And once that 10 minutes passed, though, I finally felt my migraine break that first time, and it started going down, which was good. And then Thursday, I had to have 3 rounds of it because it wasn't working. But my migraines are so bad, and right now they're being really triggered by pushing myself in my wheelchair. So I had an appointment with the wheelchair clinic, and I'll hopefully be getting a new wheelchair, but I'm not going to say much about that right now. I'll do a separate video on mobility aids. But with my migraines, they are in the back of my head and my neck, and they go up into my head, and my head feels like it's going to explode, and it causes the left side of my face to basically not function very well. My eye will droop, so I have ptosis of the left eye, especially when I have a migraine. And I already have really bad vision issues in my left eye, which I'll talk about in a video about vision issues. But the entire left side of my body can become unresponsive, and I have trouble speaking, which I'm sure you've noticed a little bit. I get words confused, or I just can't get words out, or I mumble and stutter when I have a bad migraine. And I've actually been evaluated for stroke a couple times because that's how my symptoms show up. I'm so sorry you keep seeing my hand, but oh, my phone is so heavy. And the pain is just so severe, and it makes my blood pressure spike. When I was in the hospital the last time, my triage blood pressure was 187/117. So it makes my blood pressure dangerous. It makes everything really bad. And right now I'm fighting to not have to go into the hospital again. And I'm so sorry, this is shaky. But migraines are really frustrating. I've been dealing with a daily migraine since November 2013, and it's now May 2016. So I have had a daily migraine every single day. It just varies in degree of how severe it is, and it is extremely debilitating. And no one's really doing anything to fix it, which is really frustrating. They just say, be careful, don't overdo things. And my awesome Dr. Awesome Sauce, he puts vertebrae back in my neck all the time. So my migraines right now are, from what we know, are caused from overuse of pushing my wheelchair, overuse of just being active, and craniocervical instability, which is where my neck is not strong enough to hold up my head. So it's really, my neck is really wobbly, and I have what's called, what people call bobblehead syndrome. I'm basically like a bobblehead. So like in the car, I have to wear a neck brace because I can't hold my own head up. Even if we just turn a corner or hit a bump, my head just like goes, yeah, that was probably attractive. I have a soft collar and I have a hard collar. I have an Aspen Vista for my hard collar, and I have to wear those. If I wasn't laying down right now, I would have my hard collar on, but the thing is supporting me. If I'm laying down, I always have a neck pillow to hold my head up, or I use my best friend ZB. He holds my head up too. But yeah, and then we think that I possibly have Chiari and a CSF leak because I have what we think is cerebral spinal fluid, or CSF, coming out of my nose whenever I do things like try and go to the bathroom, or I sneeze, or I cough, or I lean forward, or when my migraines are really bad. This clear fluid that's not snot, we have checked multiple times, it's not snot, it just like pours out my nose, and it's really bad. And yeah, so there's a pressure problem, and I have occipital nerve neuralgia, which I honestly don't really know what that is, but I have a lot of problems going on in my head. And if I said it, I don't remember if I said it, we think I might have Chiari, which is where your brain is literally falling out the bottom of your head into your spinal column area. And it's not good. Yeah, my head just hurts so bad, and I end up spending a lot of days in my bedroom with the lights off and no sounds, no videos, no nothing. Just hiding in the dark, crying because it hurts so bad. And then some days I have to admit that I can't do it anymore, and I have to go to the hospital, and it really sucks. And migraines are just really constant, and they're really debilitating, and they're really frustrating when no one's treating them. And none of the migraine meds have worked for me. They've just caused symptoms because of the medications. Yeah, so please pray that I don't end up in the hospital. But this is a result of my busy day going to doctor's appointments yesterday. Yep, so I know that a lot of us with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome struggle with migraines due to the instability in our necks and other malformations like Chiari. And just if you would like, just look it up, Chiari, or CCI, which is craniocervical instability, and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or look up Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and migraines. I mean, you can find a lot that way. But I have one more video to record to make up for the day I missed, and then I will be retreating into the dark, as I'm sure you can tell that the light is really bothering me. I keep squinting, and I'm sorry. But I don't want to miss any of the videos for you guys, so I love you guys. I hope you're having a great May and a great EDS Awareness Month. And if you have any questions or ideas for videos or anything, just put it down in the comments, and I love you guys so much. Bye!